Hey guys, it's Josh with Carl's Mower and Saw. I'm going to show you today what I do to winterize my pressure washer. I got a couple things and I think they're really important. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get home today is pull my pressure washer out, and I'm hoping the tank is near low. Otherwise I'm going to suck some of the gas out, and then I'm going to hook it up to my water and I'm going to run it until, so I'm going to clean my driveway for a while, right? It should be warm enough that I'm not creating an ice rink when I get home. And I'm going to run that sucker out of gas. First things first, run it out of gas. And then I'm going to grab a quart of Aspen fuel and I'm going to empty its contents into the fuel tank. Whether it's a steel pressure washer, a Top Gun pressure washer, a BE pressure washer, whatever. Let's get rid of the gas and let's get a good shelf stable fuel that's going to be able to sit until next spring. Because honestly, I'm not pulling this sucker out again for 3, 4, 5 months. It's winter. I'm not using it. All right, so fuel first. That's done. That's going to save me some. But here's my bigger concern, right? I was talking about the temperature. I was talking about 23 degrees. Well, guess what happens at 23 degrees? Stuff freezes. Now, it's probably not frozen in my shed yet because it's a short-term freeze, but we're talking about the potential damage to my pump. My pressure washer pump. My pressure washer pump. There is water in there. What happens when water freezes? It expands. That's right. And when things expand, some damage happens. So we can damage the piston, the seals, crack a housing, and we see this every spring at Carl's Mower. The pressure washers come in and they don't pump anymore. So here's the step to take on that. You're going to get yourself some Pump Saver. We have it on the shelf here. There's several different brands. Right now what we have is the Briggs & Stratton Pump Saver. The availability is, it's wide. You're going to get stuff that kind of looks like a small little shaving cream can, or you can get a liquid. But this nozzle right here is going to screw into, I'll use this steel pressure washer, screw into the water inlet port. I'm then going to remove the cap. I'm going to squeeze this, and I'm going to pull the engine over a couple times, trying not to start it. Hold on. Back up, Josh. You forgot to say something really super important. So I put the fuel in, but you got to run it, because if the gas is just in the tank, right, that's not doing any good to the carburetor, the rest of the fuel system. So after you put that Aspen fuel in, after I put that Aspen fuel in, it's actually still hooked up to my garden hose. Turn the water back on. Run it for a minute or two. Now, shut it off. Disconnect the hose. Okay, back to winterizing the pump. Screwing this into the water inlet nozzle. Squeezing the button on the top. Pulling that rope over a few times while the water is expelled until I see this stabilizer, this antifreeze, come out of the discharge port. In order to do that, I had to disconnect my pressure washer hose. So obviously we've disconnected that. So now my pump is winterized. My fuel system is winterized. Two other things that I like to do, and I think they're pretty important. I want to drain the water out of the hose. Okay, so as I coil it up, I want to make sure that I'm lifting it up and I'm draining the water out of the hose. I want to drain the water out of the gun. So I'm going to hold the trigger, let this drain, hold the trigger, let it drain here. Because again, the same thing can happen in this trigger assembly, is we can get some freezing and expansion, and actually I've seen the brass in there crack. Okay? So we're trying to avoid damage from freezing. And then one other thing I like to do is take a little bit of penetrating spray and put it in my fittings here. So I'm going to put a little bit here. I'm going to put a little bit here. That way, these little balls inside here stay free and stay moving, because I've seen those kind of rust and corrode up. So there we go. I myself have a job to do when I get home here. I thought I was going to be putting up Christmas lights. I'm doing my best to avoid that. I am going to be winterizing my pressure washer, and I hope this is a good reminder for you to get out to your garden shed and winterize your pressure washer, so that next spring, when you go to fire it up, not only does it start, but it moves water.
Hey, this is Josh from Carl's Mower and Saw. Thanks for watching our videos. We're proud of the fact that we've been serving you with the best in outdoor power equipment since 1990. We're glad that you had an opportunity to sit down, watch our videos, learn something about an exciting new product that we have, something that interests you for your property, or really how to use your equipment to the best of its ability. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube. We're excited to share more information with you. See you soon.